Namathu Ratanatayasa, may I pay homage to Triple Zim, the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. My respect goes to my parents and my teachers. Hello, good evening, everyone. So today is 1st of March 2021, and this is Achan Sujan from Warapani Meditation Center. First of all, apologies that it's a little late. I was preparing and somehow I just lied down because I was feeling tired. So, and then just suddenly slept. So it's this weekend been very busy since Friday morning, being very busy, and this morning at 2 o'clock. From 2 o'clock I am awake and teaching in Thailand, and now I'm feeling very sleepy and tired, so that's why I was a little late. I'm a little late, so apologies for that. Right. Hello Margaret, Yvonne, I hope that you're all having a wonderful time. So today again I am going to read out this discourse is known as the dispassion of Viraga. It says, because these four establishments of a mindfulness, when developed and cultivated, lead to utter revulsion, to dispassion, to cessation, to peace, to direct knowledge, to enlightenment and nibbana. What are four? Here bhikkhus, a bhikkhu dwells contemplating the body in the body, feeling in the feeling, mind in the mind, phenomena in the phenomena, ardent, clearly comprehending, mindful, having removed covetousness and displeasure in regards to the world. These four establishments of mindfulness, because when developed and cultivated, lead to utter revulsion, to dispassion, to cessation, to peace, to direct knowledge, to enlightenment, and to nibbana. So Buddha is simply explaining that when we practice Satipatthana, it helps us to understand the path that leads to the dispassion. As a viraga, dispassion is basically freedom from lust. And it's a dust-free mind. Mind is so clean, and then free from different kilesas. So here, when we say that normally in our life, people in a day-to-day life, we are very attached to the five aggregates, which is the body and the mind. And people would like to enjoy and entertain their senses and thinking that life is eternal and life is never ending. And then with that, what happens is that every one of us will have a pride and a conceit over the nationality, the ethnic group, with the age and with the clan. And furthermore, in relation to the titles and status and incomes, on the basis of these, normally people would generate different types or stages of a social status, and which again in India it developed into the caste system, and other parts of the world it's developed into the black and white, and other parts of the culture develop into one group of by another group of people. And we always define ourselves by introducing by nationality, by ethnic groups, and by our titles and our clans, like that. Which is the reason that we always desire to and always try to protect that identity. In case somebody comes and against with it, then suddenly we will have the sort of a retaliation begins, or sort of a try hard to maintain what is the thing that is belongs to or being to. That's because of that conceit. What happens is that we crave for the maintenance of our national pride, ethnic group pride, cultural pride, and titles, and like that. And we long for the long-lasting. Like these days, there are certain people or certain monks, even the Buddhist monks, are working in a way like fundamentalists, thinking that it's their job to protect Buddhist principles and Buddhism in the countries. And meanwhile, they will do every sort of activities in order to promote Buddhism and diminishing any other groups. Similar way in other societies, we do have different ways of looking down on somebody else or different people. And this is a class system developed. And with that class system, what happens is that we will not be able to let go of those identities and views. And this is again sometimes people become very attached to their own ethnic groups, and with that attached ethnicity has caused so many civil wars and even the genocides. So these all based on each and individual's attachment and entertaining with their identities and egos, and that's based on the conceit or the pride. And whereas the Buddha's teachings is to leave those prides, overcoming from those prides and beyond of those nationality, beyond those ethnic groups and cultural and religious boundaries, becoming one with all nature. Like we all human beings. Doesn't matter whether they are from Asia or West, or doesn't matter from UK or Europe or America. We are all human beings. And so first, one has to accept that we are all human beings, rather than putting our identity or ethnicity that we are born into that particular community. And this is the main reason of why we have so much troubles. Yes, Yvonne, you are very right. We are all equal. Nobody is better than anyone else. At that state we can attain only once we have understood properly that we are similar. So we always need to remember that we're all humans, and then should not be differentiated by whether the nationality, whether the ethnic groups, or whether their titles, or whether the wealth, and so on, or clans, and so on. And again, which we know that Scotland in the past, the whole Scotland had so many clans, and then different states belongs to the different clans, and they would fight one another, and fighting all the fight going on, and as a result of that, sometimes one state invaded by another state, and gradually that's how the Scotland lost all the clans. But having said that, it's not completely free from that clan, but still everyone would like to connect with their clans and expressing or projecting that how good and how famous and how wealthy and how great, like that. And I'm not sure whether English is better. Okay, so and it is not just Scotland or any other particular countries, but every countries in the world has got different ethnicities and different clans. And what's happening is that they are becoming so much proud of their own ethnicity or the clans. And with this, they can't accept others, and unacceptable of others' status has developed crisis and the fights and the crimes and like that, which we can see from the time of the Buddha as well. What happened was that the one of the kings wanted to have a relation, like a blood relationship with the Buddha's clan. So that's why this king asked this Buddha's clan's family a prince from the Kapilavastu. And because of the pride, they didn't want to share their blood with that king of Magadha. But Magadha was a very big country. And with that, they were obliged to send one prince. But rather than sending their real prince, they send one of the slave girl pretending to be a prince and married with the prince, with the king of Magadha. And later on, when the king realized that, and he became very sad, and even his son, who became a prince, Vidudaba, having realized that how much pride these Sakyans were having, this Buddha's clan were having, and then he took a vow that once I become the king of this Magadha, I will destroy all these Sakyan clans. And this happened after a few years later, when his father, the king, died. Vidudava became the king, and then marched over the Sakyan clan with the thought of destroying the entire Sakyan kingdom. But fortunately, Buddha came for a couple of times to save the old Sakyans from this war. But unfortunately, he was not able to protect all at all the time. Eventually, Buddha gave up, seeing the law of karma, that what the Sakyans had done. And with that, Vidudava destroyed the Sakyan kingdom. So like that is happened. And similarly, in Africa nowadays, still this war going on. Even in the Middle East, still this war going on between different ethnic groups. It's still going on. And this is all simply because of the pride and the conceit and the proud of one identity and not seeing others as equal. Whereas what the Buddha is suggesting here, that a person who practices the 4 foundations of a mindfulness properly and has fully developed and fully cultivated in a sense the expanding of it, and that person will let go of that passion, or let go of that pride, let go of that conceit and proudness, and with that, what happens is that we'll be seeing one and another as the same. So that's why in this 4 establishment of a mindfulness, what we see, that as we develop understanding our body, feeling, and mind and conscious and phenomena, eventually not only understanding ourselves, but also we will be relating to the others. Like as we know our breath, we also feel their breath. So we will be connecting the breath. And also, as we feel pain, they also feel the pain. Like that. So gradually we will become one another in a relating, so it's called internally and externally ability to comprehend clearly. And that is the beauty of the 4 establishment of a mindfulness that the Buddha was talking. And with that, what happens is, once we have fully understood an ability to be dispassionate with it, overcoming this and abandoning this pride and conceit, once we have done it, what happens is that everything will be ceased. There is no desires, there is no differences. And then with that, a mind becomes very calm and collected. And with that collected and a calm mind, the whole horizon will be opened up, and new direct knowledge about the world gained. And that is also known as to the enlightenment. So a person who is practicing the Satipatthana, walking in this path, then leading to the enlightenment, and which is obviously the attainment of Supreme Nibbana, which is the ultimate goal of a Buddha's practice, a Buddha's instructions to attain in near future. So that's why it's really important to understand the four Satipatthanas, or the four establishment of mindfulness, and properly developed and then fully cultivated, which leads to the utter revulsion to understand the dispassion and the cessation until the end of Nibbana. So I end here for tonight's talk, and thank you everyone for listening, and may you all be well and happy. May the Buddha Dhamma Sangha bless you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we don't have a class. We will not have a talk, but we will have a discussion through the Zoom. And if you would like to join, then just let me know, or you already have the Zoom numbers. So thank you, and we'll see you shortly for the chanting and guided meditation. May the Buddha Dhamma Sangha bless you. Shantu.